boards at me to try to, well, you know what, I didn't know that there was any plagiarism involved, of course, you know, to be fair. And the other thing is that I have a general interest column, and I knew I wouldn't be writing another column about Scott McInnes for a while, you know. It's a general rule, I jump around, and if I write about something, I'm not going to write it again about that topic again for a while. And so I'm going, well, you know, that's kind of interesting, but no. And I'm for double dog sure that if Jason Salzman was trying to get me to look at it, he must have been pounding on the door of the several reporters and people at the Denver Post, and they blew him off too. I'm not the first guy that people in Denver call. I know that. So the Post was blowing him off too. And finally, after what had to be weeks of this, finally the Post asked for the articles from the Hassan Foundation. They were provided, and it didn't take anybody with a Google click could have found it out. You know? And they were ripped off. That was the end of a gubernatorial campaign. But and Jason Salzman, you know, I don't even think he would describe himself as a journalist. He's an activist. He's a lefty activist. Yeah! Yeah! But for the purposes of certainly the 2010 Colorado gubernatorial campaign, he was a journalist. And that story came about because of him. I heard of him. So you know, does it bother me that some of these people are called journalists? You know, have you seen the blog, the Clear the Bench blog? There's this guy who is a thinly veiled Republican activist who has a blog called Clear the Bench in Colorado, and he believes that basically every judge almost is an activist judge, and he wants the removal of virtually everybody in the Colorado Court of Appeals and everybody in the Supreme Court, most of the district judges, and basically what I think the term activist judge really means is a judge that you disagree with. And I went round and round with this guy, and he's got a blog, and it's you know, the words are spelled right, and he's got some nice clicked, it's interactive, you know, so you feel like you're dealing with a sort of a literate, professional thing when you click on it. But I just have to tell you that it's just not worth a crap. But then therein lies the problem for the aging dinosaur like me, because I go, I got a blog, you know, I got a blog, but you know, I don't put crap like that out on my blog, and I don't pretend to be an expert on the judiciary. This guy has never been to law school. He doesn't have a law degree. He's never covered the courts. He's just a shill for the Independence Institute. Basically, he's aligned with them, but he's out there, and I always worry that, you know, people are looking at a blog or the Gazette or anything that's online, and how do you discern? How does the general public discern what's crap and what isn't? I think it's getting harder. I think it's getting harder, and I think it's wonderful that we have the technology to put pictures and videos online and music immediately. And we're not such an old gray lady at the Gazette that we are not willing to let our hair down. We're trying to learn from the bloggers and trying to incorporate some of this stuff. But at the same time, there's that part that's nagging at me that, you know, there's no vetting, and I think that if there was vetting, I would survive it, god dang it, and they wouldn't. So there still is, I confess, a little bit of that to it. But where's it all going? Can we have some vetting? No, we're not ever going to have vetting, and I'm pretty sure that anybody who came up with a definition for how we were going to vet them, I'm pretty sure that I'd have big problems with it. that I just have to suffer some of these guys. Some of them are really good, some of them are crap. You know, I just have to suffer that. And so do you. But anyway, that's about where I'm coming from. You know, I'm torn, definitely torn about the new definitions. You know, and I think some of it's very exciting where it can go and how quickly we can disseminate information. But you know, it's kind of like cable TV. You get 150 channels of crap. So I don't have an answer for that.